Alright, I'm back. We're going to talk about this stuff going on here in New England. These lockdowns. No kidding. You heard it, right? Not truly lockdowns, but they're heading that way. They've got that mentality. You know, Massachusetts is one of those, just one of those places. It's a beautiful state. But I hate to say it, but it's one of the most communist state governments in the United States. It just needs to be cleared out and repopulated. That's my opinion. Repopulated with real Americans. Anyway, I got the coffee. I don't know if I should drink much of it because I'm starting to get wound up just thinking about this stuff, right? I'll take a sip. I left off in the last video. The end of the last video, I started talking about this situation. They're trying this again. 2020. They did the pandemic, right? All that. People dropping left and right. I see it. There are less people where I live because they're dropping. Okay? All these Tutti Fruities around here, all these Fruit Loops. I hate to say it, but I live in a very communist state too. I'm here in New England. There's only a couple of states left up here that are really, gun toters and stuff, but they've got their issues too with commies infiltrating their state government. Those people need to be gotten rid of, man. I'm telling you. But where was I? I'm off on tangents all the time. Massachusetts. They've got these voluntary curfews, right? Because they've had a couple of cases, at least one. I think there was one across the border, just across the border in another state, but of this Eastern equine encephalitis, right? E virus, okay? Now, it's rare, but you always got to take advantage of anything you can, when it comes to political time especially, right? Never waste a good something, or I don't remember what it is. Don't waste a good catastrophe, really. Or don't waste any kind of a, don't waste an opportunity to put your foot on somebody's face as far as the government's concerned, Anyway, yeah. They got this curfews voluntary now. Now, I'm going to tell you something else about that voluntary crap. So, these are the towns in Massachusetts. Douglas, Oxford, Sutton, and Webster. They have voluntary curfews because of this virus transmitted by mosquito. Okay, 6 p.m. until sunup, and then sometime here in September, I think it's September 31st. Then they're going to level up to 5 p.m. to sunup through October, from October 1st to the first hard frost. Now, here's the kicker. Voluntary, right? So, here's the deal. If you want to go outside to any of the town fields, you want to play you some baseball or something, and you know what, you don't care about this E virus and stuff, You want to just live normal like a regular old human being, right? If you go out to any of the publicly owned fields, right? Publicly owned, and you want to play yourself some baseball or catch or whatever, the towns are saying that they want proof of insurance and they want everyone to sign an indemnification form, right? Not holding them liable, okay? You know what? This is the most ridiculous crap. And I'm going to tell you right now, to the people in Massachusetts of Douglas, Oxford, Sutton, and Webster towns, this is my message to you people. Ignore it. Don't sign anything. Don't allow them to bully you. Just do whatever you want to do, okay? Like you would normally do. And just stop. Just stop them in their tracks. And any cops there, you need to stop following tyrannical orders. You need to stop. I'm telling you. The people are tired, man. The people are tired, and the people are going to handle business. The more it escalates, the more people are just going to handle it. Alright? So you need to choose which side of the fence you're going to be on. We had a discussion about that before. You're either going to be on the side of the people or you're going to be on the side of the tyrants. If you're on the side of the tyrants, you're an enemy combatant. That's all there is to it. It's black and white. It's black and white. Good and evil. That's it. The Lord said, I don't take lukewarm. You know, no lukewarm stuff, right? Anyway, they're talking about public spraying, okay? Now, some of you guys are probably too young and wet behind the ears to remember. But back in the 60s and the early 70s, they would have these trucks drive around, and there would be a heavy fog of DDT. And I kid you not, parents would allow their kids to jump on their bicycles and follow what everybody called the mosquito man back in the day. So they were fogging everybody's neighborhoods with DDT. Do you know what DDT is? If you are so young that you don't know what DDT is, get on your phone or your laptop or what have you and run a little search for DDT. Yeah, it's outlawed now. That should tell you something. Anyway, the kids jump on the bikes. I didn't do it, but a lot of kids, their parents would just let them jump on their bikes, and they would follow behind the mosquito man in the fog of DDT. That's probably where some of these Looney Tunes leftists, what happened to them. That's probably they were probably the kids on the bikes. Probably. If you were one of the kids on the bikes and you're not a leftist dingbat, okay, well, I'm sorry. But that's what I'm kind of thinking. So they had the mosquito man back in the old DDT days. And so now they're talking about spraying neighborhoods again. With what? I don't know. Here's the deal. I've got about 5 minutes left on this, so I want to hurry up here. So what's the deal about all this spraying and all this curfews and stuff? They want to try to get these curfews to catch on. Don't let them, guys. Here's the deal. Back in the last cheat fest that they did in 2020, they went out late at night stuffing fake ballots, right, for Potato Head into the voting boxes. We all know it's true. It was all caught on camera. But the court system, who's in the back pocket, okay, of the evil people that we are against, they the court system is in their back pocket, so they did not admit that as evidence to court. But we all saw it, and we know that the commies were going out with suitcases full of fake votes and stuffing boxes late at night. So if you're going ahead and you're volunteering to be part of this curfew and you're staying in at night, okay, you're just allowing these criminals to run free and stuff boxes again, right? That's you know, that's one possibility. Oh, let's do this curfew nationwide so that everybody has to stay in at night, and then while all of the people who, you know, are just trying to, you know, be nice and get along and whatnot, stay inside, all of us a-holes will go out and stuff boxes again for Harris, right? So that's something to think about. Here's another thing to think about. When the polls, when the numbers start coming in on the votes, no matter what state you're in, those who are on the side of the Republicans, they need to withhold their numbers until the Democrats release their numbers. Let the Democrats, the AKA Democrats who are the commies, let them release their final number as to how many votes for each, for their person that they have before, okay, let them announce that first before the Republicans announce their number. That way they, you know, they can't, you know, they can't judge what they're going to say. So let me just break this down and a little bit further. If I and this other person are told to say, how many apples do you have in your bag, right? We can't see each other's apples, and you can't see how many apples are in each of these bags. But if I'm on the Republican side and I say, well, I've counted 5 apples in my bag. And then, but in order to win, you have to have more apples, right? So since I said, well, I have 5 apples in my bag, you know, you don't get to really see my apples. So you're just taking my word for it. I have 5 apples in my bag. And so that person says, on the Democrat side, they say, well, I have 6 apples in my bag, so I win. You see? You see what I'm saying? So don't give away your numbers first. Let the dirtbag give away their numbers. Right? We've got about a minute left in this video. Man, I tell you. It's incredible. Incredible. It's incredible that we have gotten to this point in the United States. It's incredible. I haven't drank a lot of coffee yet. But you can hear in my voice that I am fed up. 100% fed up. 100% fed up. And this is the reason why we are at this point. We are at this point. It's going to be either civil war. If Trump goes in, it's probably going to be civil war. And if Harris goes in, it's going to be the Second American Revolution. Now, one last thing before I cut off on this video is that New York has the National Guard in New York City, because they're planning on arresting Trump in September and taking him to Rikers Island. They're planning on that. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Anyway, talk again. Crazy stuff going on. Better be ready. See you later.